Hello, good people. Welcome back to Meditations by Gregory T. Obert. I'm your host, Dr. Gregory T. Obert. Thank you so much for joining me today. And you may notice there is no backing track, and that's because we have reached the end of the year. I know, it's crazy to think. But here I am at the end of 2024, and it's time for that wrap up again. Now, for those that are new here, typically what I do is release one meditation in December, then take about a month, maybe a little bit more than a month off, and pick up again in January. So just to give you a sense of when I will be back, that is going to be January 26th. So you can look for the newest episode then. And then this episode will go live on December 15th. And hopefully you all have a nice bit of holiday relaxation, Christmas calm, New Year's newness. I don't know where I'm going with this. But yeah, just wanted to let you know that that's how things typically go. So if you don't see an upload during that time, just know that I am relaxing myself and will be back in the end of January, again, January 26th. But I want to take a little bit of time to reflect on the year. I can't believe I've been doing this for as long as I have. If you can believe it or not, this is the 8th time that I have done this, or at least it's the 8th year I've been doing this. There was maybe about a year or so where I kind of went MIA, and that was just so not fair to the audience, especially because it seemed like I was building some traction then. But I'm just grateful that I have the people that still listen to me, and hopefully we'll have new people joining us in 2025. But yes, 8 years. This started, for those that don't know, it started as a very minimal, short meditation that I was going to use for a depression class, and that ended up falling through. So I had this recording, and I didn't know what to do with it, so I decided to put it online somewhere, and I started this podcast, and it's just been going. And for much of its existence, I've enjoyed it quite a bit. It's really nice to see the wonderful emails that come through every so often, and every so often I'll peruse the reviews on Apple Podcasts. I used to have an aggregate that would pull reviews from everywhere, but I think that went under. So I really should probably check the other stores as well. But I do just want to say that I truly appreciate the support. It's something that I didn't think I'd still be doing, and I've kind of gone back and forth about whether or not this is something to even continue to pursue, just with everything going on. But for now, it's still gonna keep going. Here's a few things just to keep in mind. If you do want to support the show, I do have those few ways to do it. You can always check out my book, The Man on the Bench. Link to that will be in the description below. And that's probably one of the best ways to support the show. The other way that you could do it is you can check out my locals. For $10 a month, you can support the work I do, and it makes a big difference to me. Right now, I don't have very many supporters, and I hope that will grow over the next year. And it would be great to see that. My goal really would be, I'd love to see 100 supporters on locals by the end of next year. That would really make this, truly a joy and a blessing. And I know money's tight for a lot of people these days. It's only $10 a month. So hopefully I've earned your dollars, and you'd be willing to shell that out. The other thing you can do, that I encourage you to do, is find me on Twitter, X. Link is in the description below, at Dr. GT Obert. I really would like to hear from you all a bit more, maybe about some things you'd like me to do for the basically entirety of this podcast. I've just been guiding it myself, and I assume that's fine because there are still listeners, but I just don't know. Originally, this started out as getting scripts from people, and then taking those scripts, and either they could record a file themselves, or I'll do the recording and then promote something of theirs in exchange. But that really dried up a long time ago. It's been a very, very long time since I've had anyone write a script for the show. So I've just been doing it myself. And that's why the intro to the show, bringing you the best new guided meditations from amazing community healers. That's what it used to be. And I didn't get the traction on that, so I've just been doing the heavy lifting. So, please do reach out, whether you have a script you'd like me to throw up, or even if you want me to just, hear how you're going, how you're going, how things are going for you. It's nice to be part of your healing journey, and I appreciate the fact that you welcome me into that. A few things to note as far as this year. We had some big developments. I, of course, my wife and I welcomed our first child into the world, and with the time off that I had from work, I was trying to build up some things on the business end of what I do. Although that was tough to do in between baby care. But, that's where I built my locals, so that's where you can go to support me. I started to write articles, do exclusive things for that. I even have a mindfulness seminar there that I think turned out pretty good. The audio is not great on all of them, and that was because I was dealing with an old computer at the time that just wasn't working all that well. I bought a lot of new equipment this year. I built a computer myself with all new parts. I bought a new preamp to record. I bought a sound cone that I use when I'm doing the actual recording, so it kind of blocks out any background noise. And I bought this new pop filter, so that's kind of nice. And so there's been a lot of changes on that front, which I'm happy about, because I've needed new equipment for a very, very long time. I, again, tried to start boosting my presence on Twitter, on X, and I was trending upwards for a little bit. I almost had 200 followers, if you can believe it or not, but I don't know, a lot of them just disappeared over the last week, so I don't know what happened there. But if you want to help me, my goal, I'd really like to get to a minimum of 500 followers, because at 500 followers, I can start to monetize what I do on Twitter, and that extra money would really help me and the family. So if you do have a Twitter, I do encourage you, please follow me over there. Hopefully I won't be too pesty. You can always mute me if you think I'm too pesty, but I would love the engagement over there, just to help me with my monetization side of things. And also, like I said, it's not purely selfish. It's also, I do want to hear from you, so love to hear from you. Please do reach out over there. As far as some other things that I started doing this year, my wife and I began to do some streaming, and this has happened really within the last month or two. So if you enjoy video games at all, we've just been dipping our toes in the water. We started initially with the original Resident Evil from 1996, because I've never played that version. I've only ever played the remake. And now a friend of mine has encouraged us to try Parasite Eve, which is a very bizarre game. We've only played it one time, but it's very bizarre. Highly entertaining, don't get me wrong, just very bizarre. So if you are interested in watching that, we stream regularly right now. Just like I said, with baby duty, we only have one night a week where we're setting time aside, and that is Tuesday nights from 8 to 9:30. We originally started with just Twitch, but I've broadened that out a bit to Rumble and X. So if you would prefer to watch there, you can. I also tried to link YouTube, because I found this really nice tool that Rumble has that lets me stream to multiple platforms at once. But for some reason, YouTube is giving me a hard time. So when I remember, I try to dump the what do they call them? The VODs, video on demand, the recording of the live stream on there. But I haven't always been great at remembering that just because of all the various demands that I have in my life. But yeah, we have a really good time with that. I think we bring a lot of joy to playing games. My wife isn't a huge gamer herself, but she appreciates them, so it's fun to watch her reactions to different things. And we'll probably do some more modern games as well. I say modern, it came out like 10 years ago, but I've been just kind of doing some impromptu streaming of The Binding of Isaac every so often. I got 2 of those up over the last week, so just kind of a fun time to sit and talking into the void a little bit now. I do have a couple friends that watch, which I appreciate, and that's shout out to them if they're listening to this. Again, it'd just be great to meet new people and share a common interest. So, if you do like streaming, you do want to interact with me that way, please consider checking out. Again, it's going to be Twitch, Rumble, and X. And I will do my best to remember to put that in the description of this particular podcast episode and all of them moving forward. Another thing that I accomplished this year is I finally brought back paperback versions of The Man on the Bench. I was in the process of getting the hardcover, and for some reason, Amazon is just giving me a really hard time with it, no pun intended, but I really should go back and try and figure that out. But regardless, the paperbacks are live. These are long awaited. I used to sell them through Books A Million because I was trying to broaden my horizons, and I wanted to keep more of my profits, so I thought it'd be better I said broaden my horizons. Really what I meant by that is broaden where the book is, because I put it on Amazon, Nook, and then I had these paperback versions through Books A Million. But then Books A Million shut down their self-publishing program, and I never kept up with it, so my stuff is probably somewhere with some service online, not for purchase, but like my files and all that. But it just, I don't even know how to get there. I don't know who's got it. So I just decided to kind of start over with the files that I had, and I do finally have those paperback versions available on Amazon. They're $20 for the paperback. And I encourage you, if you like the book and you want that paperback, check it out. If you were thinking about getting it, maybe years ago, and you just didn't see that paperback, it's finally there. So please do check it out. It's really helpful for me, and you'll get a great story. I enjoyed writing it, and it's going to give you. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. I also, this year, I started to go back and edit my second book. It's finished. It's just been sitting on a hard drive for years at this point, and I've just had so many things pop up. And so I started to do that, but then it fell off again. So I really need to, I want to do that for 2025, get that book edited. It's funny because I made a quip at the time in 2016 when I released The Man on the Bench that, it took me 9 years to write this thing, and it's definitely not going to take me 9 years to write the next one. Here we are. And to be fair, it didn't take me 9 years to write it, but it's taken me almost 9 years to actually get it edited. At that point after that, I have no idea what happens. I'm thinking about maybe releasing it myself. It'd be nice to have an agent and go the traditional publishing route, but I've had such terrible luck with that in the past that maybe I'll try something in the indie space again. We'll see. But those were kind of the big highlights this year, and I have some big plans for the following year, 2025, and I I would really like to kind of up my game in terms of workshops on locals. That's my intention. It just kind of depends where I have the time with little ones and whatnot. And, with the way things are going, with the economy and all that, currently I've been working 2 jobs. So free time is at a premium, and I do want to spend time with the family. So, if you do like what I do, again, if you want more of it, what frees me up, what allows me to do more, whether that's more podcasting, longer episodes, various projects, especially in the psychology realm. I mean, that's where I got my doctorate. I'm a clinical psychologist by trade, so I'd be happy to put on workshops and teach people about various mental health conditions, or even just help people through different points in their lives. For instance, I have ideas about how to help students in grad school with what they're going through, and I only have so much time, so if you do like what I do, you want to see more, hear more, please consider becoming a supporter on Locals. That would really, really help me out a lot. But that's kind of the end of the year wrap up. Again, I just want to thank each and every one of you for your support, whether you've left a 5-star rating or review, whether you just listen, especially if you listen to this whole thing. Whether or not you are brand new to the show, or whether you've been listening since 2016, in that case, you really get major credit because that time where I just kind of disappeared, I appreciate the you pushing through that and still supporting me. But I hope that this continues to go somewhere. I really look forward to maybe reaching more people, and just again, thank you for all that you do. Whatever you do, thank you for what you do. And if you want to reach out, again, I'd love to hear from you on Twitter, on X. I believe you can still email me through my website, gregorytobert.com, as well. So either way works for me. But again, thank you all for the continued support. Hope you have a wonderful end of the year and beginning to 2025. And until next time, be safe, be well, be powerful.